Saturday night you said you were going to think about what was going to happen with the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Have you given determination?
Yeah, Devin's be our starter. I mean, Devin had some good throws the other day. Some of them we got to come down with. And, you know, on the shovel pass, Justice gets knocked off. It's a timing play. And so it looks like he flipped it to the linebacker, which is actually what happened. But we get knocked off on the shovel. And so the timing of that, you know, we got to be better mechanically when we had the fumble. You know, you get a fumble, and then you fumble it right back. You know, it was an opportunity we had, but no, he'll be the starter.
Talk about the run defense and what specifically has to get better against a team like Indiana that's running the ball really well.
Well, you know, let's go back to last week. You know, and not that I don't want to talk about Indiana, but you know, we've got to do a better job at the point of attack, and that was the disappointing thing. You know, there's some double teams that we got to hold on to a little better so the linebackers can run. At the same point, we missed some tackles and opportunities there. And so from that standpoint, you know, I think we need to play a lot better. The same thing for Indiana. You know, block schemes are block schemes, and we've got to do a better job playing those.
Go back middle.
Brady, can you just kind of set the tone for what was said to the team about the steak incident on Saturday last night, and also if there will be any kind of disciplinary action, and also how you felt so strongly about getting in touch with Mark D'Antonio?
There won't, huh?
How you felt strongly about getting in touch with Mark, reaching out to Mark?
Well, Mark and I have known each other for a long time, so me calling him and apologizing for something that really was overblown and had nothing to do with Michigan State. It had to do with a commitment and staking a commitment for our football team.
Do you talk to your team about making decisions like that in the future? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you always do. Believe me, no one feels worse than Joe. And that wasn't the intent.
Brady, can you go over that sequence again at the end with Devin and Shane? Was it you
Yeah.
just put him in and you?
No, we had talked about getting him ready to go in, and depending on the situation, and Shane, we told him, get ready, get warmed up. Well, we get the turnover, and Shane comes in. Well, depending on the situation, we were going to let Devin finish the game. And part of it was you got the turnover. And so Shane goes in. We wanted Devin this last time. He's going to play Michigan State. He's a Michigan kid, and it was important for him to finish.
I have a question. Why did you feel like you needed to issue an apology, a public apology?
Well, I think number one, to Mark and his team as much as anything, because like I said, Mark and I go back a long, long way. So that's pretty much it.
A quick follow-up on that. Were you told to issue an apology?
No.
Just on your own, decided it was right?
Yeah, because Mark and I have done this in the past. We've called and you know, when we've had some incidents in this game, but that's the way we are because we have respect for each other.
You said just a little while ago that you thought the whole thing was overblown.
I do think it
But
was.
you felt compelled.
Yes, I did.
Brady, Jabril Peppers, another guy was taken off the depth chart this week. Is there a reason for that?
Well, you know, he's still battling some things, and we'll see where it ends up. If he was out, I'd have lumped him in with Desmond.
Is there a reason he's off the depth chart this week?
Well, he won't travel this week.
Do you, in terms of the Indiana game, do you promote it just as Michigan, Indiana, or is there a kind of a backs against the wall feeling in terms of making a bowl that gets talked about?
Well, and that's a good question, John. You know, we have not talked about making a bowl or not making a bowl. We have talked about this being homecoming. We have talked about, as a team, staying together and the way they came in yesterday, the way we went through the day and all that. I think there's a huge commitment on our football team, you know, to each other and the accountability. So for us, you know, this is the next game, and we've got to get ready for the next game.